Yesterday, we brought you the first half of our historic chat with former AFL player Mitch Brown.
I played in the AFL for 10 years for the West Coast Eagles, and I'm a bisexual man.
In sitting down with TDA, Mitch became the first male player, past or present, in 129 years to be openly gay or bisexual.
The AFL community is uniting behind former West Coast star Mitch Brown.
The first openly bisexual man in the AFL's 130-year history.
His story shines light on the homophobia he encountered in the AFL.
I just think that he has started, hopefully, an effect that encourages other people.
Power to you, Mitch Brown. Power to you. This is going to help so many more people than you'll ever know.
Now, in the final moments of part one, I asked Mitch about his decision to retire from the AFL at just 28 and whether it was connected to the homophobia he witnessed in the locker room and on the field and the constant grappling with his identity.
I didn't understand. I didn't have the confidence in my identity as a bisexual man.
In part two of our game-changing chat with Mitch Brown, we're going to chat about his bisexuality, his family, and the future of representation in the AFL. Here it is. Let's talk about that identity and let's talk about some of the stereotypes that exist around bisexuality. I want to kind of foreshadow what I think the comment section might look like on our chat. And I want to ask whether you're worried about being dismissed because you have a female partner and you present, as you've said, as what many would stereotype as a straight man.
It does worry me. You know, at the end of the day, I'm strong enough. I know who I am. I know the people that I love, and that's all that matters to me. Through my experience, what I've learned, your sexuality or being queer for a man only meant you're either gay or you're not. There's no in between. There can't be. You can't love both. You can't be sexually attracted to both. Bisexuality is not a thing. It's made up to cover gay men or straight presenting gay men. And in my experience and what I've learnt through questioning things and experiences around me is, you know, your sexuality is, in my opinion, almost a spectrum. And this is what I've learnt. One of the powerful lessons I've learnt from our young people is, you know, I feel that young people here in Australia think of sexuality so different than older generations. It's so black and white for older generations. And for young people, sexuality means different things. Queerness means different things. Being a bisexual man can look different, and it does look different. And I think it is a powerful message, especially for men.
Well, another part of the research that I thought was fascinating is this idea that bisexual people face discrimination not just from the straight community, but also from other members of the LGBT community. There's this sense of being too gay for straight spaces and too straight for gay spaces. Have you experienced that sort of double rejection?
You know, what I've experienced, especially my history and my background, grew up in the country. I've got an identical twin brother who played football as well, stoic and strong. It definitely, I feel sometimes like I question my own place in the queer community. And, you know, look at you, you're a white male, privileged, looking the way you do, trying to step into our trauma. That's ours. And I acknowledge that too. Like the first one to understand that and to admit my journey has been relatively easy. The fact that I can sit here and say I'm comfortable and strong in talking about my sexuality is such a privilege, because I know there's so many people out there, so many men out there that, especially bisexual men or straight presenting men with a strong masculine friendship group, or, you know, they may be married to a woman or have a girlfriend that's a woman, having these feelings, questioning or being attracted to another man and feeling shamed and embarrassed about it. And part of the reason why I wanted to share some of my experiences is so those people, whether they want to start talking about it with their partner or with their friends or someone in their community, that they feel seen, and that it's okay. It's okay to have these feelings. You're not any less.
Someone's gone first.
Yeah, you're not any less of a man, whatever that means. I remember the comments from Gil McLaughlin, CEO of the AFL.
I wanted to ask you about them. So he said that he can understand why nobody has come out in the men's game because why would anybody want that burden? How does that make you feel in the seat that you're in now?
I remember those comments, and the conversation in the locker room just exacerbated that fear even more. If you're a gay man or a bisexual man sitting in that locker room, because the players would be like, oh, can you imagine this, or the reaction, this, or I even heard the one, I'd even do it. I'd even pretend so I could, get some money out of it or anything like that. It's like, I mean, it's absurd. But I remember those comments, and there are some truth to it. If it's really easy for me as a past player, I don't have to run out there at the MCG in front of 80,000 fans next week, or I don't have to fly over to a hostile Adelaide Oval and play and fear the comments being thrown at me. But I can imagine for a player that, this is their livelihood. This is a job, a workplace that provides income for their family and their future. Maybe it's worth not saying anything and then having a football career, successful football career. Because if you don't say anything, I'm still playing good football, may as well. And then I can finish, retire, and then sail off to the sunset and go find my community.
So what would you say to them then? What would you say to gay or bisexual men currently playing in the AFL?
Hi, I'm Orla.
And I'm Elliot.
We're the two-person team behind everything video and audio here at the Daily Aus.
If you want to help us grow so we can deliver more of the content that you love, be sure to hit subscribe.
Now let's get back to the video.
What I would say, and this is, there are currently gay and bisexual men playing in the AFL at the moment and in the past. I only feel okay to, I guess, in quotations, take this title. I don't believe that. This is not about me. For me, it's about sharing my experience so others can feel seen, for others can have a role model. I'm not famous previously. Many people wouldn't know that I played for 10 years. But to have someone, and then maybe there will be that second person, and then the third. Maybe there'll be a current player. And as that community grows, the empathy grows. Hopefully that, for me, it's just one. If this has an impact on one person, it's worth it. It matters to me.
What are you hoping the AFL says in response to hearing this interview?
My advice to the AFL would be to celebrate positive male role models. We celebrate the ones who are successful in the eyes of whether it's wealth or the amount of disposals you get on the weekend. My advice to the AFL would be, let's celebrate the players. They may not be the most successful, but they're the most important players in our community. The ones who are walking down the street and portraying positive male role model all the time.
Do you think when there's players making homophobic slurs on the field, like the one that we're talking about at the moment, Isaac Rankin, as we head into a final series, do you think that match bans is the tool that you would be using to try and prevent these from happening in the future?
Either way, whether, a player cops a 5-week or a band or a 1 week or nothing. What matters to me most is a sense of change, a movement created where you can be anyone and feel like you can be anyone and be safe in any environment here in Australia. And I understand, I've got 2 young boys that I love very much. And as a parent, you often think about what's the future hold for them and what do you want for them? And as I said before, as a sporting nation, the boys are going to play sport. All that I care about is no matter environment they are, whether it's in the group chat, whether it's, in their basketball or footy team, whether it's at school, that they feel safe and comfortable to be whoever they want to be.
What do you hope they think when one day, they're a bit young now, probably to sit through the length of this, but what do you hope that they think about you when they watch this one day?
I mean, this is one of my fears is, will they get bullied when they get a bit older? What kind of comments or articles will they click on when they have access to the internet? But overriding those thoughts, those negative thoughts, I mean, they were proud. Last night, I shared with the boys' mum, my ex-wife, Shay, what I was going to do. That was really important for me. And I was, to be honest, worried about her reaction. And it surprised me. She reacted really well. And she sent me a text message actually this morning, and I'd like to share it. It says, "Good luck this morning. I'm so proud of you and right behind you all the way. This will make the world a slightly better place for our boys and young men in Australia. Hopefully old men too. This is living the values of the kind of man I want our boys to grow up to be. Men that care and are proud of who they are." What matters most is starting a chain reaction, starting a movement. Yeah. I mean, I'm in this position strong and comfortable to, as Gil McLaughlin says, take the burden. And if someone needed to do it, I'm in the space to do it. And I've done it. And hopefully this now provides the safety, the comfort and the space for the second person. And I mean, who's counting anyway?
You've shown unbelievable wisdom, maturity, compassion in this chat. Leave us with some guidance. What's the best way for footy fans and for your loved ones, even the ones, or especially the ones that are learning this for the first time? What's the best way for them to show up from here? I'm interested for you, but also for the sport and for the AFL and for young men in general. What can we do?
I've mentioned the power of uplifting role models, and I've mentioned the power of empathy. I think that if you can find it somewhere in your heart, in your in your place, whether you're sitting there watching football on the weekend or you're sitting next to your brother, to have a sense of empathy that, hey, they might be that very person that might be suppressing feelings. They might be that person that is feeling so trapped and unhappy because they can't be who they are. And if they can have even a little bit of sense of, hey, you know what, it's okay. That sense of empathy, even just a fraction, I think it will make a huge difference.
Mitch, thank you for showing up today and for being the man that you are.
Thanks for providing the space, Sam.